Hey guys, this is Magic here, and finally I went to an actual F&M. You may recall I did not make it to last Friday because I was working private security and I hurt my knee. It's actually finally better. Also, what the hell? I'll update you on everything that was happening on Twitter for those of you who aren't on Twitter. My girlfriend was in a huge car accident, in case you didn't hear, and not sure about like the settlement and financial part of it yet, but she's okay. She went to the hospital and just like a basic neck injury, nothing that requires surgery or anything. Just like, hey, here's some pain pills. You're gonna feel like crap for a week. So kind of sucks that she lives like rather far away. It's a bit of a drive for us to see each other, so that sucks. So that mega sucks. Also, the other driver was okay, which yeah, he was driving a lot safer vehicle. So at least I can stop stressing over that. But that's why a couple days ago my video freaking sucked. I didn't have time to re-record it, and honestly, the video made absolutely no sense. I'm surprised nobody said anything. Also, I'm already completely over the flu. I mean, you know, I still got like nasally mucus problems and a sore throat, but I'm completely better. So yeah, that was 2 days of the flu, which is a little bit better than last time, which was like, damn, I should go to the hospital level flu. Also, slight correction to anybody who took me seriously. Jeremy from MTG headquarters is not actually the lead singer of Flatfoot 56. They're from Chicago, not southern Wisconsin. Although they are both the same height and kind of look similar. They actually sound similar too. I'm not sure that it's not his brother. I should check on that. Also, to anybody who's never played the MMO named Neverwinter, I know if I just say played Neverwinter, everybody's got 10 different ideas because like literally everything is named that. But the Neverwinter MMO that came out a while ago from Perfect World Entertainment, which is also associated with Arc Games. My friend Karen, who's like 64 or something like that years old, or 65, 68, I don't know, she's up there. Thank God she doesn't watch my videos. You know, considering I just said that. She's like the coolest ever. She plays Dungeons and Dragons with us. She plays Gamma World. She plays Magic the Gathering. And she plays Neverwinter. Unfortunately, some kind of weird problem happened with her Yahoo account and resetting the password because of that security crap. And then too many resets happened and the phone reset wasn't working. She got locked out of her account, basically. So then she couldn't log into Neverwinter either. So big shout out to the moderator slash staff member Gray Archer from Perfect World Entertainment, who got her account back after asking just about her entire DNA sequence. I mean, you got to do a lot of crap to prove you own an account if you're just emailing from some random email. But yeah, I jumped through the hoops and they were cool about it. Instantly, boom, your account's back, just like that. Fixed it. So Gray Archer, you are hero of the week. Also, since I don't even do a segment called Hero of the Week, you're pretty much Hero of the at least year. I mean, I'm not going to bring this up for a long time. Also, if you haven't played Neverwinter, it's actually pretty cool. It's a pretty chill MMO. Not like super, you know, there's no like bots really that I heard about. Everybody's kind of chill. Pretty friendly people for the most part. The raids are pretty cool and, you know, you don't have to spend much time preparing. I mean, it's so much better than WoW. No offense to any WoW players, which, yeah, much offense to WoW players. I've never played WoW in my life, but I've seen it, and it looks like crap. Speaking of MMOs, if you're like, hey, wait a minute, wasn't there an ultra famous, ultra rich player called Desolator in, and then just insert the name of an MMO there? The answer is probably yes. I used to play a couple and I used to do like Rudy from Alpha Investments level crazy crap to like make money. Like as soon as they opened up like a huge exchange on RuneScape, I was one of the richest players in the game. I had over 100 million gold, and this is not RuneScape Classic, but the second edition that was out late 90s, early 2000s. Anyway, that's the mega update on everything that's been going on and questions people have been asking me and all that crap. Also, tax time's rolling around, and according to my estimate, which is pretty accurate considering I used to be a business math and accounting tutor at my college, I am in deep trouble. I owe like a month worth of YouTube revenues to the IRS in all likelihood. So, good news for me. I might be starting up a Patreon soon because I got some really good requests from some people. Plus, I've literally had like 100 people tell me to start a Patreon, which has got to be a good sign. But I've got some really outrageous ideas for rewards. I mean, these are going to be like better than any I've ever seen. Let's put it that way. It's going to be pretty damn wild. I just don't know if I for sure want to pull the trigger on it because, I don't know, a lot of people have negative reactions too. And my channel never gets negative reactions from anybody or negative comments, so don't want to start now. Screw it, I should just make the damn Patreon. So that's all the news and announcements for now. Nothing new from Wizards, at least. Also, I did find out though a little extra news bulletin here. My LGS, which they take the WPN very seriously. They read every little bit of everything. Basically, they know what we know about the standard series or whatever they're calling it. He doesn't know if it's participation or if they have to set a date or if they can merge it with events or if they have to pick 6 or if they can make it 12 and just count who got what. He has no idea. So that's kind of funny to me, actually. But whatever. I mean, whatever it is, I'll try and show up if it's on a day I'm not working. So whatever. I still think it's a cool idea. It's just not that cool for them to not let us know anything about it. Also, if you're wondering where my really, really outrageously funny video is that I promised, it's still coming. It's getting there. Basically, I haven't done any work on it, so it's not really getting there. I'm just waiting until I can basically run more than 50 feet without getting shooting pain in my knees and hips. I'm hopefully getting it looked at next week, Monday. So basically, I just haven't been able to film it yet. So I haven't even been able to walk properly. So yeah, we'll start with that and then move up to an idea that requires running. Dude, I should make a Patreon tier for $1,000 that says get my damn legs and hips looked at by a specialist. Is that even a reward tier? That's like a reward for me. That's my reward tier. Oh yeah, I think there's some kind of official tournament going on in freaking Leprechaun Land or some crap. You guys know I don't give a crap. I am not covering it. I'm not watching it. I might join the stream just to see how long it takes for them to mute me and ban me. Other than that, don't care. I'd rather watch the Pro Bowl, and that is saying something. So, okay, now I think that's finally all the news and announcements. I don't know. Apparently, there was a lot more than I thought. So, I got to cram in the actual point of this video, which at this point, I'm going to have to retitle it. I think I have discovered one of the most annoying things in Magic. One of the most broken, unfair, just unfriendly, unhappiness-inducing type thing. I don't really know of a better way to phrase it. Just an aggravating mechanic or system or just something that people do that pisses people off more than anything else in the game. Now, before I say my idea, back in the day, Wizards allegedly, from what I heard secondhand, they took a survey and asked mostly pro players what is the most annoying thing in all of Magic because they'll stop printing it. Now keep in mind, this is 10, 15 years ago. Land destruction, believe it or not, was number 1. Now, when I hear land destruction, I assume it's one spell that costs way the hell too much. It's probably a sorcery and blows away exactly 1 land. So I'm thinking, who the hell cares? If somebody wants to waste their mana on that, it ain't going to set me back that far, honestly. I mean, halfway through the game, I'm good on lands. If you blow one of them up, I probably didn't even need it. But back then, I mean, we're talking Boil, Armageddon. I think there was a couple other spells that would hit multiple lands. Yeah, I mean, that's hi, I have this spell. You can't play Magic now. So, while it's not true today, I don't think that would even be in anybody's top 10. I could see that back then, and that's why they said, from what I heard, I think, I don't know, one of the higher-up staff members at Wizards said this in an interview. I think I read this. This is something to the effect of, yeah, that's why we kind of watered down land destruction. We still have it once in a while, just in case somebody wants to play it. But it's not oh, we're going rush creatures versus land destruction, absolute shutdown. Because, like I said, it doesn't let your opponent even play anything. I mean, unless their spells literally cost 1, 2, or 0. If you blow up a bunch of their lands, they're done. The game is over. It is way too powerful, so I completely agree there. And they watered it down, which I completely agree with that. So don't say, Wizards never fixes anything. They usually create a second problem when they fix something, but, at least they try. So fast forward to today, this is so subtle, I didn't even realize it until today how unfair this really is. But I was getting burned by it a little bit in Kaladesh, and now especially in Aether Revolt, especially at FNM today. I got to see what everybody was playing, and there was one thing. I mean, you can have a close game, and then I win, I lose, I don't care. As long as it was a good game and not just a complete blowout where I couldn't do anything, whether it was my deck self-destructing and drawing 10 lands in a row, or if it was, me just stomping them on turn 5. I don't even care who won at that point if it's a bad game. Or if they have such just dominating control mixed with card draw that I literally can't do anything. I can't keep anything on the field. I'm just completely shut out from playing Magic. Well, welcome to land destruction again. I mean, it might as well be land destruction because they're destroying everything else. So I don't think I need to tell you guys, horribly oppressive levels of control is no fun to play against. I mean, that's obvious. Nobody disagrees with that. So keep in mind, I said if there's a good game, if it's a good kind of close-ish game, or where at least I get to do something and they get to do something. We both look like we kind of had fun. I don't care who wins, because we play Magic for fun, not to win. If I played to win, I would play completely differently. So what ruins the fun of Magic? Well, right now it's free casting spells a second time out of the graveyard. And if you think about it, they've been working their way up. So M14 to M15, somewhere in there, they had flashback. And actually, that's not even a new mechanic. So you cast a spell, it goes into the graveyard, and at some point in the future, you know they could pay the mana cost, unless they forget about it if they're an idiot. And there you go. Now you get hit by it again. So like if it's like a red, 3 damage to a creature, sometime in the future, another creature with 3 or less toughness is going to get hit. In fact, every time there's a combat, he could block for 2, but then finish off my 5 toughness creature with that stupid flashback. So it's like playing with the card showing. So at least you see it coming. Now a step down from that would be Rebound, because even Center Soul, probably one of the worst rebound cards ever printed, although Profound Journey is frickin' insane. But Center Soul for 2, and then protection from a color of your choice, and it could be a different color on the second cast. At least you see it coming, and it might not be very useful. Now remember, this was legal at the same time as Heroic. So Center Soul was no joke. I mean, that card was pretty damn powerful, but it was always 2 in a row. You couldn't control it. Once it was done, and you could just kind of hold back, play conservative, and play around it. Or at least you know when to burn a burn spell, and you could do it on the stack the second time and blow the creature away before it hits you for lethal, So you could play around it. It's like you completely see it coming. They get a little 2-for-1 special off the spell. Okay, that's more than casting it once and throwing it into the graveyard forever. But it wasn't that bad. Flashback was incredibly annoying and bad. I mean, they tended to put it on really garbage spells just because of that, because they knew it would be too powerful. I mean, you can't put it on like a 5 damage red spell that costs 2 and then have the flashback cost 3 or something. That's just too much. So fast forward, what do we have? Well, Goblin Dark Dwellers. They put a limit of 3 or less on the mana cost, but it was any instant or sorcery. You could cast it for free and then exile it, and it was a 4/4 creature with Menace for 5 mana. So that's already a pretty damn good creature. And that's the problem. I mean, a 3-cost sorcery, come on. Like, you could hit them with some stuff for 3 mana. Half the time it was a goblin summoning, so they're like, oh man, they got, like Dragon Fodder, they got 2 goblins out on the field. Well, okay, I'll have to deal with that. I'll have to play around it. Okay, they just shifted the balance of power. Oh, good. The very next turn, they drop out another goblin with 2 more goblins because they resurrected the spell, basically. Now, fast forward even more. Torrential Gearhulk. Currently a $20 card, by the way, which that's a little bit of a red flag on the might be too powerful ometer. It's a 5/6 with flash for 6 in blue. Okay, this thing is already like Leviathan and Sphinx level power. Like, that's insane. Oh, and also, when it enters battlefield, you may cast target instant card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. No limit. At all. You do have to exile it, which is damn good because Flicker is legal, and it's in blue, and this is an ETB effect instead of an on-cast effect. That was a design flaw. And Panharmonicon is legal. I could go on. You guys get it. So in 1 round, 2 games, which both I lost, the guy kept playing Torrential Gearhulk, and he kept playing Disallow. So I got Disallow cast on me approximately 7 times. It actually might have been 9. I think he had, let me think. Yeah, because 1 wasn't resurrected. He just kept drawing the damn thing, but anticipate. So yeah, if he needed some counter spells, he would go get them. He was even playing Contingency Plan, I think. So 2 Disallow sitting in the graveyard. Torrential Gearhulk. Oh, good. Not only does he get a giant freaking creature, he just shut down what I was doing. And if you think about it, it's the same thing as Spell Queller. Oh, you've got a 2/3 flyer for 3 in blue. Yeah, with white, whatever. And also you just countered a spell, which normally costs 3 by itself. That's just stupid. Yeah, you get the spell back if you blow it up, whatever. It's a free spell pinata. Who cares? It's 2 damage in the air. That's 2 damage almost guaranteed every single turn. And they also shut down what you're doing. That's too many ands. That's too much power. Too much stuff that you're doing with 3 mana. Anytime you can do outrageous amounts of things with not a whole lot of mana, it's just inherently broken. And anytime you can cast something for free, come on, that's broken. That's like part of Magic, that you have to actually pay what's on the card. So the fact that you can also just self-mill or discard or whatever some card into your graveyard that costs 9, and then cast Torrential Gearhulk and also cast the 9 cost for free, that's a little messed up. Doesn't even have to be blue. I mean, they literally put no limit on it whatsoever. That is just dumb. So I'm already sick of that card. I'm glad I have a couple copies because it just went through the roof on price. But if every single copy was rounded up and burned, I wouldn't exactly shed a tear. So I think adding 6 toughness to the battlefield, 5 attack, not even on their own turn, while also countering a spell is just stupid. So mostly it's resurrecting control spells like kill spells or counter spells that I have the biggest problem with, because now they're also getting a giant creature out of it and then the spell's free. I haven't seen anybody try to cast like a 7 and up sorcery or instant. I suppose most of them are sorceries with this card, but I bet you could, and I bet somebody somewhere is doing it. So that's just incredibly broken. I mean, yeah, you have to get to 6 mana, and if you cast something for like 6 or 7, it's expected to just about win the game. But, I mean, there's so much ramp, somebody could just put 25 lands in the deck, and that's what the guy did, and yeah. I mean, there's even land fetch, there's scry to make sure you get it. I mean, everything's artificially accelerated these days, so 6 mana is very reasonable. I mean, the whole basic tenet of control spells is that once you cast them, it's done. You know, that's why people can't just run like shutdown level control, because eventually you're going to run out of cards. If you're trading 1 for 1 or even like, 2 for 1 against your opponent, with control cards, removal, counter spells, just whatever, control in general, at least it's going to the graveyard, and at a certain point you're going to be top decking. At a certain point you're going to have to cast a creature for yourself and then hope that that doesn't get removed by them. So if they break that and just, every time I cast something, cool, I've got a Torrential Gearhulk and a Goblin Dark Dweller, I'm just going to, cast the spell again. It stops your opponent from being able to play anything, any magic at all. Leave anything on the field, cast any spell. I mean, everything I cast against this guy got stopped. He was running Turn Aside, Negate, and Disallow because he knew his Torrential could resurrect it. Plus, he was running some other really unfair cards together, and it was like 3 or 4 color. Your typical amalgamated crap pile of a deck that he probably stole from the internet. So yeah, I mean, it's just control gone to the max, and nobody likes playing against that level of control. So I think they need to stop letting people cast things again from the graveyard that weren't designed to have an appropriate power level and have flashback right on them. I mean, I hate flashback, but like I said, I went on some wimpy frickin' spells. So to open it up to everything, just any spell ever made, a lot of those spells weren't designed to be cast twice. I mean, once they're gone, they're gone. So if you do anything else, I mean, that's just not fair. That's just my opinion on it. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think is the most annoying thing about Magic right now as far as gameplay, and that's just impossible to play against, or it's just impossibly powerful? Up until recently, it was turn 4 Emrakul, and I would suspect that some of you are going to say Infinite Loops, because yes, I mean, that would be, probably number 1 on my list. I mean, even above oppressive levels of control, I'd put an Infinite Loop at probably number 1 as far as unfair to play against. The problem is they're so disruptible, but just in general, let's say they're not disruptible and they've got the counter spells to cover it. Okay, now it's number 1 on the list, you know what I mean? So what do you think? Should they stop letting people cast spells twice that weren't designed to do so? And what do you think of Standard right now? What do you not like about Standard? Leave it down in the comment section, and I will see you guys next video.